Okay, so inside of the new Grow Garden update, we have a ton of new sprinklers. I know I'm a bit late to this video topic. I was gone. I know, boo-hoo, but you're watching the video. But inside of the new update, we had a bunch of new sprinklers introduced. It was weird because a lot of them kind of aren't, too optimal, I would say. And so one of the main ones that really strikes me as useless are the ones that require master sprinklers. So now, but in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you the best ones that you could probably obtain, right? The ones you actually should probably try to want to get. Best case use scenarios with all of them, and just in general, like the ways you should probably try to grind for them. Now, starting off, one thing to note is a lot of these do require high value sprinklers in order to craft them. So what I will have is in the description, my video, or not video, but my Discord server. We have a decent trading server, which is nice and all, but we have a stock notifier, which notifies you on the stock, the egg stock, weather events. Really nice to set up. And if you don't have Discord, I have a website for this. This will be in the description. It'll look like this. Just come on down to this right here. You can see the livestock. That's obviously, in the scenario you don't have Discord. Anyway, so the first thing we're going to look at is the in general items you're going to need for this. Sorry about my hair. I just showered. It looks really bad. But the first thing we have, which is obviously they all take like godlies and masters. This sucks because masters are, really hard to get. But one thing to note is they have gotten more common. I have noticed this as a reoccurring thing is master sprinklers are becoming a tad bit more common to get. Now, what I mean by this is the gear shop seems to have them in rotation a lot more frequently. So what used to be like, you could rarely pull these things, right? Is now you're probably going to be able to get like up most to like 10 or more a day. What used to be probably like 2 or maybe even none, right? Which is cool. I like that because these sprinklers are super rare. I'm pretty sure they did this on purpose just to make sure the update wasn't, like impossible to complete. But once you have though, you can, this is one thing to note once again, these videos, all these are really hard to obtain. I'll have a video probably in the top right corner right now, full-fledged force video on how you can AFK buy like literally anything or obtain anything. So seeds and all that. So if you're trying to get a specific item, it's how you can AFK do this. So like you'll come back, you'll have multiple of that item. So starting off with all the sprinklers we have the tropical mist, berry blusher, the spice spritzer, sweet soaker, flower froster, and the stalk sprouter. Now, a lot of these are use case scenarios. So as you see, a lot of them, they don't directly just do like what a normal sprinkler does. They have a specific set the thing it does to these items. Now what you can see is the godly ones are kind of not that bad, but once again, use case scenario increases growth speed and size bonus for coconut, dragon fruit, and mango. I like how they changed it because last time it didn't tell you, it just said spice based. So I'm pretty sure they changed this because it was really confusing, but now you can actually see this. So increases growth speed and size bonus for coconut, dragon fruit, and mango. This one greatly increases the size bonus for these things, right? And so on. So the master ones obviously have the best increased size bonus for watermelon, pumpkin, and moon melons. That's one of the ones we're going to cover later. That is pretty much how you're going to get something this big right here. As you see, this chungus of a plant, not the one highlighted, but this chunky one right here is using the moon melon. So starting off, right, I would honestly put obtainment wise is a huge benefit factor into the rating on these. So this one, bottom of the list. This one, also bottom of the list. Kind of horrible. Only thing this would be nice, I would consider, is the fact you could probably use it on an ember lily, maybe to get frozen on it if you're grinding on that, but besides that, kind of useless. Then the next thing is going to be on side of these lists. Obviously the stalk sprout or greatly increases growth speed and wets beanstalk, bamboo, and mushroom. That's horrible. It just makes them grow faster, so no actual benefit, and gets the wet mutation. The wet mutation comes from rain, which is one of the most common weather events ever in the whole game, so pretty useless in my opinion, especially considering you have to put these plants into it. The next thing is the sweet soaker, increases size bonus for watermelon, pumpkin, and moon melons. This one is top of the list, honestly. This on moon melons is overpowered, so I'm ranking this one first straight off, like best one you can get by far. There's so many use case scenarios with this where it's so broken, where you can use the sprinkler strats, right? But you use just this, and this will increase this thing's size huge. Also, as you see, I'm using raccoons over there, right? If you're wanting to win these, I'm giving away a bunch of these. As you see, I have a ton of them. They're huge. They sell for like a bit over 200 billion each, and if you have a friend bonus, nearly 300. So you can become a trillionaire immediately. And if you want to enter into that giveaway, just comment your username on this video and you can enter into the giveaway. I'm once again giving away a ton of these, and I call it the Insta Trillionaire pack, to say the least. Now, the next thing to note, we do have, once again, the Sweet Soaker is really overpowered. So what the one main scenario where this is overpowered, once again, is if you're grinding moon melons, because these have been proven to be probably one of the best money items because of how it was super obtainable for pretty much everyone. And then on top of that, it's also like, it's a mythical rarity, so it's pretty high. Pretty much what you do is you grab a Sweet Soaker. I don't have one, I know that for sure. Sweet Soaker, do like 1 or 2 Sweet Soakers, and then a Master, and then like a few Godlies, and then a bunch of all the other ones, right? Leave the game for like an hour, come back, and dude, they're going to be huge. And because it's hyper focused on these, and what you can do is join in, wait for them all to get, you know, flash banged, and then get the size increase, and then leave the game, come back, and keep doing this until you have something that is that big. Like, it is only going to give you value once it's that big. The next is probably honestly the Spicy Spritz. So as you see, it also affects the Ember Lily, which, as a lot of us know, since it is a single harvest crop, so it doesn't like have multiple plants on only one, it has one of the highest values you can. So if you didn't know, the less plants a plant has, the higher its value is. So if it has one single crop on it, it's going to be the highest. The highest is ones that are like mushrooms and that you only claim once, that just disappear after that. But the highest would be the Ember Lily, because it's the highest value plant that's only a one time. I mean, there's also things like, you know, the honeysuckle and all that, but regardless, still overpowered. The next thing is going to be, though, the use case scenario for this. So as you see, increases variant chances for the pepper. So this would be more of like, you plant it down, leave, and most likely it's going to come back rainbow. So the reason why I'm not really going to rank this that high is because there's plenty of pets that can force these mutations. Like as you see on mine, the ones I'm grinding, so I'm grinding that big boy right there. But for example, this one already has rainbow, right? This never had rainbow or gold on it, but using pets, I was able to get this to have rainbow. So that's one of the scenarios where I'm like, I don't really think it's a valuable item. And it also seems like a waste of a Master Sprinkler, to be honest, especially considering the Master Sprinkler kind of already does that and lasts for longer. And then obviously these ones, high use case based scenarios, and then they're kind of trash outside of that. Anyways, though, also, if you are a nerd over Discord, we got a tag, if you know what that means. So yeah, as you see, we have a tag, so you can adopt a tag. We have that now, so you should check that out. Yeah, that's the Discord server. Thanks so much for watching, and